Good evening / good morning, Professor Cabana. According to my watch, it's 1:30, but last time I checked, I think it was about midnight, so maybe early Monday morning. I'm here to do my video presentation over my product and or my artifact that I have to present for this class in order to do with the final. First of all, let me start out by stating that this class, I kind of went into it thinking maybe this isn't really going to be a lot. Maybe this won't be a lot of work, maybe this won't mean a lot to me, but eventually I got to realize that this class means more to me than I, to be quite honest, gave it credit for. You've taught us with a passion that shows that where you came from in the public schools, and it inspired me to realize that there are teachers like this out there, that I can be a teacher like this out there, that I'm not going to be Mr. Renfro, just Mr. Renfro, the band director, that's kind of cool, kind of not. But that really inspires his kids, his students, to play with an inspiration for the music, to even become teachers. Like, you kind of renewed that passion in me that I had for teaching, because honestly, I was beginning to lose it. College hit me. College hit me square in the face like a sucker punch from Mike Tyson, if I'm being completely honest. And you inspired that passion in me again, so thank you. Second of all, I want to state about how much I really did learn in this class, and I will break out the artifact, and it's an infinity design I made. I picked the infinity design to kind of make, and I know it's really simple, and I will start out by saying I tried to make one out of wood because I make furniture out of wood, but the bandsaw the school has does not cut for worth a darn, and I broke like 3 pieces of wood trying to make it, so I had to settle for making an online design. But I chose the infinity symbol / the infinity design to show what I've learned in this class, and simply saying that there is an infinite number of ways to teach. There's an infinite number of ways to learn. For example, John Dewey's progressive education being one, and then also Carol Dweck's fixed versus set mindset, as I wrote about in my paper. There are also infinite number of students and an infinite number of ways those students will come in to play, and they will come into your classroom. You can have students that have ADD and run around the classroom nonstop. They're always fidgeting, they're never standing still, they're always touching their classmates. Or you can have those kids that sit there the entire time, stare at you, and pay attentively to you the entire time you're teaching. So I believe this infinity symbol is perfect to show what I've learned in this class, because you taught me an infinite number of ways to teach in this class, basically. We went over everything that we could possibly go over in this short semester of a classroom. Short semester of a school year. We went over everything that we possibly could about a classroom. We went over from how you want our classroom to look, what we want to teach, why we want to teach, where we want to teach, all the way to the laws behind teaching that no one really knows about, like Section 504, for example. I had no idea that law even existed. And it still kind of confuses me a little bit, but now that I understand that, I kind of understand the SPED program a little bit better, that I understand that it doesn't coincide with Section 504. That's an entirely different thing. So again, my little infinity design, I believe, is perfect for this class because it shows the infinite possibilities that there are at being a teacher. And honestly, I don't know where teaching is going to take me. It could. What I'm hoping it's going to do is, to be quite honest, I'm getting my education degree as a backup because I want to teach. I love teaching, but I really, I really want to perform. I want to perform in a symphony orchestra, and right now I'm not working hard enough to do that because, frankly, I don't have a reason why. I've just kind of gotten slacked off on that. I'm still a good player, but everyone in the School of Music here keeps telling me I have so much potential, and the word potential drives me insane because I know it's unused. So again, this infinity symbol applies to my playing as well, because there's an infinite number of possibilities for playing. Right now, I've kind of picked back up the pace, and I'm in contract talks with the band in San Antonio. It's picking up a little bit, but honestly, back to the whole infinite ways a classroom can go. I can have a classroom for one period for, like, say, my beginner clarinets, and they're all perfectly taking notes. They're all sounding great, and then I can have my beginner trumpets, which are more like me, very ADD, very fidgety, and they just drive me insane. And so you taught me ways to manage that. You also taught me ways to see and monitor my classroom's social economic status as well as their academic status at the same time. And I learned ways to help both at the same time, which is something that a lot of teachers cannot say they can do. The cognito modules really hit me hard because I've never seen teachers really interact with a student that they thought was at risk of suicide or had an eating disorder or something. And personally, I've been at 2 schools now where a kid has killed himself at school. I was also at a school where we had a bomb threat, a gun threat, and a shooting on campus in the same day because a student lost his sanity and jumped school. We had 2 students die that day. It was a terrible day. So I wondered to myself that day, why? Why did no one notice this? How come his parents didn't notice this? Well, then I thought maybe his parents too busy at work. Maybe he gets home before his parents. Maybe his parents work nights. Maybe he doesn't see him much. Then I thought, why didn't his friends notice? Well, maybe he doesn't have friends. And then I thought, why didn't the teachers notice? And that made me want to, that kind of not really inspired me, but it made me think that I want to be this teacher that notices whenever my kid's acting wrong. Maybe I have little Miss Paula here and she's always perfect, always on time, always studious, and then for the next couple of weeks, not just one day. It needs to be pointed out that a one-day change does not mean anything. If it's multiple days up to weeks/months where you see this change, if it's getting worse, maybe she changes from straight A student to a straight C student all of a sudden. Maybe she changes from very respectful to very rude, very arrogant, very spoken out in a rude way. That's when you want to talk to her. And so those cognito modules really hit me hard, showing me that there's infinite ways students can kind of not really go wrong, but kind of lose their sanity a little bit. So if I can be a teacher that helps at least one student keep their sanity and doesn't let them go astray and doesn't let them end up shooting someone else or shooting themselves or starving themselves or feel like that to physically harm themselves to be okay, if I can be a teacher that shows students that it's okay, that it does get better, then I'll be fine. So in the gist of it, that is why I chose to design this little infinity symbol for the class. And I want to thank you again for being our professor for this class, and I really enjoyed this class. It was a really amazing experience. I don't mind that it was at 8 o'clock. I'd gladly take it again. Thank you and have a wonderful day.